This morning I want to do my best to illustrate to you in this message about the life of Joseph and probably also your life as well. We're going to look very closely at this story because as it develops, you're going to see that Joseph's life was not all that it was cracked up to be. But I believe that we can be cracked but still usable.
Amen.
Because God is not finished with us yet. We are all a product in the making. We are people that God has put it together. So this cup in my hand right here, from your perspective, from your vantage point, you're looking at this cup in my hand. And this cup to you seemed like the whole cup. It seemed like what Joseph's life was. People looked on and saw this of Joseph's life, but what they did not see is what we're going to look at in a few moments. See, you may say this cup has no flaw from your position. Have you ever seen some people who doesn't seem to have any problems in their lives? It seems like everything they do is going well. Everything is just going fine with them. Even the psalmist Asaph in Psalm 73 speaks about this. He said, I begin to look around at all those around me. It almost cost him his relationship with God. He confessed how he envied the proud when he saw them prosper. They seemed to be doing so well. And Asaph said, in comparison, look at my life. What you see is this cup has some flaws. This cup has some cracks on the outside. See, I held it pretty well so you could not see right away. And so it is with many of our lives. We do a good job in covering up the cracks on the outside. We smile through the cracks we're experiencing in our lives. We dress up our cracks and hide behind that. And no one knows what happened behind closed doors when we fall apart. Like this cup, we see people present themselves day and day to us and always say, wow, look at their lives. They've got it together. Look at my life. What's going on with me? Something must be wrong in my life. But folks, all you're seeing is what they're projecting to you. All you're seeing is what they're presenting to you. All you're seeing is what they want you to see. What you're not seeing is the part that is cracked up. The parts that they're hiding so well. And so many do so well in protecting and hiding their cracks. But God sees the cracks. God knows what goes on behind closed doors. God sees the cracks of our lives that are there. These cracks are history. These cracks are reminders, are scars of something that has happened in our lives. And how does God do? God takes our cracks and he makes something of it. So today I want to get back to our cup in a few moments and show you something. But I want us to turn to Genesis 37. Hustlers were coming by, and these hustlers were coming by, and they sold Joseph to these hustlers, took him to Egypt. He spent 2 years in prison for a crime he did not commit. And you say, here's a young man whose life was going down and down and down. Folks, I tell you something. When I showed this cup to you earlier, what you saw was cracked on the outside. But what you did not see is that this cup was cracked all the way through. This is how some people's lives are today. It's more than a crack on the outside. It's cracked on the all the way through. Sometimes your crack is there maybe through a divorce or through some tragedy in your life. A part of your life is over here and a part is over here. And you're so cracked through you wonder, can God still use me? Can God make anything of me? See, we look at Joseph's life, we say, now he is 2 years in prison for a crime he did not commit. His brothers wanted to kill him. His mom died at an early age. He had haters of his brother. What good could be made of Joseph's life? But one point is this. With God, nothing is impossible. You might be here today and your life is messed up. Your life is filled with cracks and maybe cracked all the way through. God is saying today, bring the cracks to me. Let me put the cracks back together because you can be used once again. I can take the cracks in your life and make something of it. I can take whatever crack has happened to you and I can turn it around and it can be used for what I made you for. This cup was made to use to pour water or coffee or tea in, whatever you like to put in the cup. That's what happened. This cup in this state cannot do what it was made for because it's been cracked. See, as much as I would like to do the thing that God has created this cup for, it won't happen because there are cracks all around. See, I have this water right here in my hand, and I'm pouring this water in this cup, thinking that this cup, what it was made for, can do the job. And I begin to pour what is holding some. What if I pour some more? Begin to leak out. The more I pour, the more it begins to leak out. And maybe today in your life, you find your life to be just this way. The more you pour things in your life, it's leaking out because it's cracked right the way through. But God is saying, bring your life to me. Let me put those cracks back together again. I can use your life. You're cracked, but you're still usable. You might be a cracked pot or a cracked cup, but God is saying, I can take the crackness of your life and I can put it back together again and do something with your life. Give me your life as it is. Cracked it all. Cracked it all. That's what God does. When I give God my life, I say, God, here's my life. It's all messed up. It's all cracked up. Like Joseph, whose life was all cracked up, he realized only God could help him now. He turned his life to God, and God said, okay, let me put your life together again. And God began to put and mold and shape and work with circumstances and people in his life. And God began to say, Joseph, you give me your life, and I will do something with it. I'll make it great. I'll take you to the palace of Egypt. And God is saying the same thing to you today. You give me your life the way it is. Yes, it can't hold much without me putting the pieces together, but when God puts the pieces together again, begin to pour, and you begin to pour, and begin to pour. That cup up in that hollow water now is holding water, because God has put it back together again. God is able to take the cracked up and put it back together again. And it can hold the water it was made for. Your life was made for something great, and something has cracked your life. Give it to God, because he can put it back together again so that it can be used for what it was made for in the first place. What has brought your life today? What has brought your life today? God is in the crack repairing business.
Amen.
Restores lives. Restore hope. Restore dreams. Restore passion. Restore desires. That's what God does. And that's why if you're cracked today, you're still usable. Because God says, I can use you. I can make something of your life once again. You put it in the Master's hand and see what God will do to that life.